Max.
What, dude?
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that was fucking yesterday.
No, it's today. You gotta get up.
What, dude?
You gotta get up.
What the fuck did we do last night? Dude, what?
It's okay.
Doing as a podcast.
Yeah, we did the podcast.
Do we do it or do we have to do it?
We already did it.
Roll the fucking intro.
You gon' love me good, you gon' love me right. You can have my heart, I'll live for the night. We can slip and slide, we can catch a vibe. All I know is just one thing. You gon' love me good, you gon' love me right. You can have my heart, I'll live for the night. We can slip and slide, we can catch a vibe. Know you got the number.
Hey, Max.
What's up, Nicolette?
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Woo! It's motherfucking St. Patrick's Day.
Is that even like a holiday that you celebrate regularly?
I feel like we're just going off the past of like my early 20s / late teens. And I feel like it's become a part of me where everyone's just chasing the youth of yesterday.
Putting the chains on.
Like, it just makes you feel young again.
What's your...
To be a grown-up and be like, today's the day. That's an excuse to get blackout drunk. Because it's just acceptable.
What's your most favorite St. Patrick's Day memory?
I would say all the college ones. So in college, we had specifically Saint Paddy's Day. Because I think St. Patrick's Day took place over some break.
Yeah.
But you would just wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Earliest they ever woke up in college.
Yeah. It would like literally stay up all night just getting excited about how I'm going to wake up and drink at 6 a.m. And then you'd like go, they had like a pub breakfast at the pub, which is one of 2 bars where I went to college.
Like black and white pudding.
No.
That's an Irish breakfast.
They had like green eggs and cheap beer.
It's not an Irish breakfast.
I said a pub breakfast.
Okay.
And so you go to that, you just start getting fucked up. And then if you were really cool, you would just, like I remember sitting in a big lecture hall and people were just like holding 4 Locos like in class, just like I would of course go to the dining hall, get like a soft drink and then just like fill that up. I remember being in our like master seminar class and me and this other girl were just like, dude, I'm drinking vodka straight out of this. And she's like, same, bro. And just like, it was acceptable to just be hammered throughout all elements of your life. And I feel like that's the dragon I'm trying to chase.
So it's not that it's my favorite St. Patrick's Day memory, but 2 years ago I had to go to my stepmother's brother's wedding at which my dad was the best man at. Who has their wedding on St. Patrick's Day?
What a villain.
It's like, other than Thanksgiving Eve, the biggest drinking holiday in the United States.
Yeah.
Come on.
And like allegedly they're like, I love St. Patrick's Day.
So that's,
if you got any love for St. Patrick's Day,
no,
cancel the day.
She's an Italian woman marrying an Italian man. And
so what do you know about fucking St. Patrick's
Day? So she goes, no, St. Pat. She's like some Northeast shit. I don't know. Am I allowed to say that?
Northeast Philadelphia? Fuck y'all. We don't care.
So she's like, we go to the ceremony. It's 2 hours because she's Catholic. And then we can go to the reception.
This is going to be a dangerous episode, the amount of things I'm going to have to edit out when we're done. Because we are actively drinking and celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Continue.
So
we're going to start pouring out our shots.
It's a 2-hour wedding or ceremony. And then we go to the reception and she takes off her like beautiful heels that she's wearing with her beautiful gown. And she's wearing these like white light up neon green sneakers. And I'm just like,
first of all,
the fuck?
Tacky. Second of all, where do I get them?
Tacky or trashy? Both, but we can go with tacky. No, but like, I don't know. It was her wedding. Do whatever you want. But like, don't make me go to this on St. Patrick's Day. So I just like left after 2 drinks and then went to the city and got hammered, as I should.
Ooh. As you should, babe. As you fucking should. I think for the rest of my life, I think you just take off that day for 45 years old, send the kids to grandma's house,
the job interview,
take off work.
The job interview that I have tomorrow, they originally said Wednesday, and I was like, Wednesday?
St.
Patrick's Day? I don't know about that. And they were like, oh, the 16th would actually work better. And I was like,
I have
works
COVID.
better for me too.
I have COVID on Wednesday. They rapid tested it and said, you'll get over it by Thursday. Well, no. You need Thursday for yourself. Wednesday is for you, and Thursday is for yourself. And Friday, that can be for corporate America.
I guess I just don't know why St. Patrick's Day is not a national holiday.
If Columbus Day is a fucking national, we want to celebrate slaughtering Native Americans, but not give me a national Irishman a day to celebrate the fact that we came over the potato famine and St. Patrick's that fucked these snakes, then I don't know what America even is doing.
What does St. Patrick's Day celebrate?
We got rid of the snakes.
Is that what it is?
That's all it is, dude. Because do you like snakes?
Do you?
No. We got rid of them. There's no snakes in Ireland.
Is that what the holiday's celebrating?
I have no fucking clue.
All right, that's all I needed to know.
But I think it's a major part about the snakes.
You just learned that today.
I had the answer before anyone even asked it. It's part of my heritage.
Well, you've been to Ireland. I've never been there.
Yeah.
My halo's falling.
So, to start off the episode, for real, we're going to take a shot of Jameson vodka. JK.
Just Jameson.
Yeah. The thing you know and love. And this is what my people made to celebrate themselves or something. Cheers to the nights we felt alive. I spilled. Woo! Now, what I like to do for something like that is tap into my southern roots and crack a good old silver bullet just to chase the flavor.
Pussy.
Yeah. Oof. So anyway, hey Nicolette.
Hey.
Welcome to the St. Patrick's Day episode.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Welcome.
Oh my God. It's like I'm here with Ellen.
Why? Because I'm a lesbian?
Yes. I just wish sometimes you made me feel like Ellen makes me feel. Like, why don't you ever just like pull Justin Bieber out of a box and be like, boo! And I'm like, oh, it's my boy J Beebs.
If I could do something like that, I would not be holding it out for you. I'd be holding it out for
Look
myself.
under your seats. Here's a contract to be a part of the Chainsmokers.
I'm working on it actively every day. All right, that's a lie, but like I still think about it.
Yeah, sometimes I think about.
I just don't have as many connections as Ellen, and also she's rude to her employees. So
Ellen can tell everyone to fuck off, suck some dicks, or not. Maybe her insults don't suck any dicks. I don't know, but you know, in that vein of things, something I think about is like, why am I not famous, and how do certain people get so famous that you're just like, what happened? Such as the boy Nick Cannon. And something we were I think we were watching clips of something the other day or some shit. You wilding out.
what is it?
What?
I don't even know the premise of the show. I've literally seen it. I think I like watched season after season, and I still don't know what the complete concept of the show is.
Everyone's seen it more times than they feel comfortable with.
All I remember is like the big rap battle at the end.
I thought that was the entire show.
Is it? But there's more to it, I think.
I think the premise of the show is, how do I give someone a social anxiety panic attack for 45 minutes? They're like, I'm so embarrassed for everyone that's being televised on national television. Just like, well, I'm not a rapper. Let's do a rap. And they're like,
I think
my name is Fred. And you're like,
I think the really embarrassing thing is that they're also, aren't they up against a rap battle with Nick Cannon, or is it other people?
There's like 45 people on the show.
But like, isn't the end one, it's not against Nick Cannon? I don't know.
It should be. If it's not, then maybe he just pops in. He's
also,
like, hey. I fucked Mariah Carey once.
Not going to say the show's good at all, but I also think the people that are on the show have time to prepare a freestyle based on who's coming on
But
the
you
show.
wouldn't know that based on their freestyles.
I'm not saying they're good.
If it's that bad and you have weeks to prepare, man,
True.
just like look up a rap song and replace the fucking.
Honestly, I would like to like watch a new one. I want to watch.
I
Wasn't
don't want
Little
to.
Dicky on it?
Allegedly.
All right, I want to watch that one.
Also, how are people that are modern
Also-
day famous still being
I
on
was
this
just gonna
show?
say, is this show still on?
Clearly it is. You're like,
I
where?
didn't
What
realize that.
channel?
I didn't.
MTV7's playing the new season of
Is
Wild
it on
Now.
MTV?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't even know. One thing I also often don't know is when you're on a flight and there's a baby on board. And I'm like, what mistake did you make that you didn't get first class and just get a different seat for your baby?
Well, all right. No, I think when we talked about this before, the baby can't go sit in coach by itself.
Why not? If I got to pay for an extra ticket.
It's a baby. They might need to be milked.
You're out here milking babies, dog? No, never leave your baby in coach. Someone might try and milk them. Jesus Christ.
They might need milk. No, you can't leave your baby in coach. What if they're hungry?
I mean, there's a stewardess. She's like, oh, you want the milk and titties?
No. It brings me back to taking a first class flight to Boston, and it's like single rows on the left side and then 2 seats on the right side. And it's me in the last row, first class. I don't know. I was just super bougie that day. And the next side of me was mother and baby, and the aisle in front of them, row in front of them, was father and baby. And I was just like, you both had to get first class tickets for your 2 fucking babies, and they just screamed and cried the entire time.
So I feel like
So imagine if your baby was in the back.
which I think people in coach deserve. If I've paid for a first class ticket, I think-
Lone baby?
and you might be like, who put this baby here? Who put this baby here?
Who put this
Who
baby
put
here?
this fucking baby here? And I'll be like, another glass of champagne, please.
No, so what I did in that situation, because those babies were obnoxious as hell, and I was just like, this is bullshit. Like, I'm getting free drinks, I paid for first class, and I put my headphones
Baby
on.
in coach. Or in the stowaway thing above. Just stash the baby.
Honestly,
Maybe
yeah.
the pilot should fucking take care of my baby for the price of first class.
But so I did put
Here's
my
the baby.
headphones on, like, super loud, because I was just like, I'm getting hammered. This is a 45-minute flight. I'm going to meet my friend. And somebody did say that, like, the stewardess was amazing, and she was just like, yeah, you just have to lift your tray table, but here's extra drinks. And I was like, this is phenomenal.
And
But
here's a shot of
some
milk.
other person was like, your music is really loud and I can hear it throughout your headphones. And I was like, I'm so
You
sorry that you
have the
feel that way.
audacity to tell
No,
me
I didn't do shit.
I'm
I was
listening
like-
to Macklemore too
I'm
loud,
typically not
but
a
you're
rude person.
just baby on board just shouting
Sorry,
like,
did
I
you just say I
want
was
breasts."
listening to Macklemore?
Shut up. I'm allowed.
Okay,
He had a fire first album. The Heist was dope.
it's not what I was listening to.
I'll be in the thrift shop shopping for some shit. And now the thrift shop's
Not even how the song goes.
more expensive than American Apparel. Is that
it?
even a show, a TV, a store?
American Apparel, yeah.
Well, shit. But fuck your babies. Fuck everybody. Just, they should make, you know how they have like the kid part of a theme park?
Yeah.
Just make little planes for babies. Noise canceling. The pilot hears nothing. The baby's sitting a
Max,
little.
if you have a baby, you're going to send it on a baby plane?
Fuck yeah. Do you want to? Would you like to accompany?
No, I already
them on the
said I
baby?
would. I'm not going to take my child traveling until they're like 14.
Ma'am,
Unless I'm
fuck you, I'm on my
driving.
period and I want to hang out with Derek and I don't know why we're going on this family vacation because I'm trying to get fucked and your tampon's too big or too small and my flow's heavy and why the fuck are you taking me to Florida and I'm 14?
We're driving to Florida. I'm not.
Then I'm going to have to listen to that. I'm definitely getting my 14-year-old put in coach. I want to hear your bullshit, Stacy.
Yeah, when they're like
Get the fuck back
old
there.
enough. I just remember being like 11 on a plane and like my ears popped and I was like miserable. So did you just whammy?
Just for the people.
Well, no, I just like don't want them to be miserable, and so I think like 12, like between 12 and 14 is fine, but whatever you just said was awful.
I'm sorry. Speaking of parent teach child parent relationships, one that never ends is your relationship with your mother. Now, sometimes you may encounter something in your grown life, such as, not limited to, how do I do my taxes? What's the bottom oven? What's the bottom door of the oven for? Why is my poop not coming out of my body? Why?
I have no idea where we're
Are
going.
picture frames not hanging equally on the wall? Does jelly go bad? Is ketchup rotten? Can you leave that out? Is Parmesan, is cheese, can you just throw that on the roof and get it later? I don't know. Do eggs go bad? So you may call your mom with one of those questions.
Well, I think I've called my mom for all of those questions.
Well, we'll get into that in a little bit. But you're calling and you're like, wait, I have an adult-sized brain. And during the course of the phone ringing, you're like, oh, I know the answer to this. Don't I? Yeah, I do. So you hang up the phone. After that, your mom's never going to have a missed call from you. She's calling back with some questions. Why did you call me and hang up so quickly? What's going on? So you better have some other questions ready. Otherwise, if your mom calls you back after you called and hung up and you have no questions, she's going to be like, what's wrong, Nicolette? Why did you? Is something wrong? It sounds like something's wrong, Nicolette. It sounds like something's wrong. Tell me what's wrong.
But is it about the anxiety that somebody like my mom has, my mom's a cool chick, but she's going to sit there and ask the questions. So what's it like when I have to ask the same questions?
Too.
My mom.
What?
Babe.
Huh? Happy Saint Paddy's Day. So what questions do you have? What are you talking about? This bit went off the fucking rails.
Babe, because we were going to put the...
I know. We didn't build up to the part. Okay, right now.
I didn't know what the buildup was.
So you have questions preloaded, and then you just ask her those questions so that she doesn't ask you more questions about your personal life. And so here's an example of those questions.
Can we actually pause?
Roll the clip.
How do you know if an avocado is good?
Like, I like them to feel like slightly, like the slightest oomph to it, like not rock hard.
What's an oomph? Can you leave jelly out?
Jelly should be refrigerated because of the sugar content once it's opened.
And also, was I born with an innie or an outie belly button?
I mean, I don't know. It had that thing on it.
Wait, what's your mom's maiden name, by the way?
Why are you asking me all these questions? No, because this kind of shit goes on. It sounds like you're interviewing me. I know this is going to be on a podcast.
It's not going to be on a podcast. I swear it's not. I just like...
Babe, you want this fucking bottle, dude? I don't even know. I just fucked some shit up.
Did you?
No.
St. Patrick's Day.
Saint Paddy's Day, bro! Oh, God, I love it. Jason. So yeah, we were a bit into history earlier. None of us seem to know any history accurately. I can't screw this top on because that's how I never learned the history of screwing tops on.
Can't
accurately.
screw.
Yo, why you gotta put the people onto things like that? That's between me and you.
No, all I heard what that you said was can't screw.
And you're like, I immediately agree.
No. I just was
Anyway, it's like,
reiterating
why
in case they
don't
couldn't
we
hear
know
what
any-
you said.
Why don't we know anything about history, babe? If we look back, when you're really taught history is in your primitive years. Is that a thing? Sure.
Primitive.
Your primitive years. So the last memory we can all remember of times when the public education system had control of our brains was history class. And I think in both of our schools, I think in all schools, you had like the options of whatever you call the normal one on Gen Ed.
No, that's a college.
Generally knowledgeable about some stuff. That you had honors and you had AP. So my big question is, I understand those things for a lot of classes. Like, you want a higher math class, you learn higher math. You want a higher science class, you learn more advanced science. In history, it's like, you only got one fucking story to tell us. And what is the difference in, like, are you just, if I'm the bottom feeder class and there's like, I mean, George Washington and some cherry trees or some shit. And then in honors, they're like, well, slavery existed. And in AP, they're like, well, slavery was predominated by the societal constructs of the...
They based it off of, like, which continent and whatnot. Like,
Did you learn about other continents?
Yeah, like, my two first, I think, freshman year of high school was, like, it was like honors, English, and world studies. And then next year you had like U.S. studies, I think. But the English and world studies was one teacher, and he was in the Peace Corps and he worked in the Gambia, and he was really awesome, actually. He was a great teacher. But those were the only subjects we were learning about, was basically Africa and then the United States. So, like, there's plenty of other history to learn about.
Well, we didn't even get to Africa in my academic something.
Damn.
Because it was like, America! You know, it happened. Signed some documents.
Wait, they only did U.S. history?
Yeah,
Wait,
dude.
You didn't have world history?
I don't even know what that is. This is what's wrong with America.
He went to a massive high school.
Well, I took this stupid history class. I'm like, there's no extra knowledge I can really get from this. You're just going to... Because it's like they have different textbooks.
Well, you never learned about Africa?
I didn't know Africa existed until I got to college.
I quit.
I'm just kidding, guys. But, you know, it just seems like a waste of... Like, you want to write a paper about it or you don't. But maybe you learned a couple more things.
Well, so because he was in the Peace Corps, he like made us a meal one day, and it was like not good, but it was like some weird like rice ball situation. That's what they ate in the Gambia, and he was a really cool teacher.
What is Gambia?
Also, like, I love English, and I didn't like the teacher that was teaching that portion of the class, and I was just like, fuck you, you're bad at this. But the history teacher was like great, so I don't know, I think I finished well overall.
Good job, dude.
I graduated high school.
Yeah, we did it, and we did it. But some other things that went on in high school, it was like, we got jobs, and we may not have been the best at those jobs, but at 16, they're like, you want to work some shit? And then you do, and then you end up like we've all done terrible things. Some of them I cannot air on the air. But let's tell them about what you did.
So my first job in high school, my best friend at the time got a job at Panera Bread, and I was like, sounds good.
Broccoli
You make
cheddar.
some money. Like, yeah, I could do this. She was like a cashier, and I was like, that's something I could do at 16 years old. So I go, I interview for the job. I remember exactly.
That's me Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
I remember exactly what I was wearing. I do the interview and I get the job. So I think I'm going to be a
She
cashier.
had tits out,
like,
thong out.
just-
Just like, I remember my interview. I came in there busting.
Just like Julie. And I'm like, we're going to be friends working next to each other at the cashier. So they're like, we're going to train you on sandwiches. And I was like, that's not really what I was thinking. But it was actually the most fun job I'd ever had. It was just like flipping sandwiches.
Flipping
like,
Sammies.
Basically, I work at McDonald's, but also it was so
It's a little
fun.
more classier of an establishment
little
than the
more
Mickey
classy.
D's.
So then one day,
We've got bread bowls.
we ran out of
What's
bread
your
bowls
job have?
really, really quick. So then one day,
It's hard to get one.
my friend that got the job before me had to call out of work, and I was like, I'll stay here for the shift, but legally, because I was 16, they weren't allowed to let me stay. So, but they were like, they needed me, so they were like,
Child
let me stay.
labor laws.
So then my coworker is like, want to smoke this bowl outside? And I was like,
off the clock.
I was like, yeah, it's time for my break anyway. Like, let's smoke this bowl. I can make these. I've been to work stoned plenty of times, and this is totally never going to get me a job. But
Not anymore, guys. She's a
So-
professional adult now.
we're smoking outside, and
The biggest part of this
our manager...
child labor laws.
Our manager at the time comes out. He looks at me, and I just inhaled off a bowl, and he looks at me. So I hand the bowl to the guy that I'm with, and then I also have to exhale the smoke right in my boss's face. And he was like,
You be your boss.
Nicolette, what are you doing?
You know, just hanging out. Just thinking about sandwiches.
Just taking my break. So he was like, get inside. And so we go
Just
inside.
thinking about sandwiches,
So-
boss.
But the thing is, so I go inside and I proceed to do my job for the next like hour and a half. And then he pulls me and the other guy out and he's like, so I shouldn't have let you worked for the last hour and a half that you did. And I was like,
Guys, the one
well,
thing
that's
we-
funny because I just did my job totally fine.
The one thing we've
totally
all
stoned.
learned over COVID is all of America can pretty much do their jobs stoned and drunk at their house.
True. But so he calls us into the office like 2 hours later and he's like, so I did have to report this to HR. You're going to have to leave. Call us on Tuesday. So I call on Tuesday and he straight up tells me, he was like, had you not been with the one person who would have told the whole company that you smoked weed outside, you would have been fine. But you're with the one biggest blabbermouth of the world, and so therefore, like, you're let go. So I got fired from my job at 16 for smoking weed.
Because she identifies as a weed smoker, I think this could be a real issue.
Well, I think it's pretty fucked up to, like...
So what was the other thing, though, you came to work with to pretty much fulfill your character? As like, oh, that seems like the kind of girl that smokes weed and gives head on the weekends.
So, like, before I got fired, I was the youngest person that worked there, and it was New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day, and honestly, don't tell a 16-year-old to work on New Year's Day, but I did, and I showed up. We had to wear
That's the only person you could tell that would show up. Be like, I'm not even that hungover. I'm fine.
True.
You want to tell a 30-year-old to come up on New Year's?
Late.
You want to tell me to come into work on New Year's Day? I'll be like,
it's in all you gotta wear. The uniform was khaki pants and any color polo. So I went in with the polo on that day popped because I just had hickeys.
Damn, shorty.
I had hickeys all over my neck. It was New Year's Day. I was like,
I mean, if you don't have
17.
hickeys on New Year's Day, then you fucked up New Year's Eve. Which brings us into our professional careers. You know, sometimes you have to have a Vampire Diaries roleplay. And that is unequivocally the word. It would make me sound smart if it was. Unequivocally, you'll end up with hickeys after a Vampire Diaries roleplay. And you might be a professional adult. And you have to go to work the next day, but are you judging my sex life because I like to pretend that I'm a vampire sucking my girlfriend's neck? And likewise, because we both have to feed to stay young.
That's not where I thought you were going with that. I think that there is an amount of professionalism. Don't do the hickey thing. But we could probably go to the permanent scar on my ass from before we were even dating.
See, that was being a professional adult. I was like, don't let them see it, but we still gonna believe
Let's
it.
just scar her, even if I don't continue dating
You
her.
know, sometimes I just
Dude,
get
like,
excited about an ass, and I'm like, I just got off a fresh day of unemployment watching 8 hours of Vampire Diaries. I'm gonna bite that ass with the force of fucking the dude from that show. What's his name? Damon. Oh. That's who I played in the role play, by the way. This is obviously Elena. And I was like, "Whew, you don't want this, Elena. But it's what you need."
But it's a permanent scar. But it's also kind of cute. So.
Sounds like a great line to an indie pop song. It's a permanent scar. I don't have the rest of the words, but Billie Eilish, if you want to write that song.
No, you write it. Just like
fine, I'll write. Fuck you, Billy.
Urine or something.
Urine, a permanent scar?
No, urine, as in like all your songs are about pee these days.
Yeah, because I often have to just pee a lot. Like,
anytime we're on a drive home, he just brings up whatever pop song's on. He goes and makes it into, I've gotta pee about it. Like,
this is so previously in life, I only worked after 3 p.m. I would go to work at 3. When I start my day off, I like to chug a shit ton of water, then drink some coffee, which is a diuretic, then like keep drinking liquid. I like a bunch of fluids, and then I have to pee for like the next 6 hours, and I can't. I would even, if I had to work on an early day, I'd be like, we can't leave the premises because this is my early morning bodily functions. Like, I'm going to have to pee at least 7 times.
all you guys gotta do is watch out for Preach's next urine title.
I'm peeing.
Album.
No, you're peeing.
That's it.
It's in Europe. Damn, I just made that joke. That's sad.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's going to be about as
Did
good
you say
as
something about European?
I'm peeing European. My Europe tour. Check me out. I'll be in Sweden, Ireland, maybe England. Yeah.
Any part of Europe while you're at it?
The other parts don't really matter.
Right.
I don't know. I'm basically them. But, so having a girlfriend with I got some shit. It's not what you think. Just had a little boogie.
He just snorted 1 gram of cocaine. Is that a lot? That's
Clearly,
a lot, right?
You know, that I would be dead.
Is that too much?
It's way too much.
Oh, I don't know. How much do you usually?
I don't know. Do I have no boogies?
No, you have no boogies. But how much when you buy cocaine? Like, how much do you buy?
I don't know.
But like, how much would the average person buy?
I don't know.
1 gram, I think.
Well, Nicolette's hooked on coke.
I've
and
never done
she's
it.
paying way too much for it. So this brings me into introducing my girlfriend to my friends. And I'm like, guys, she's great. I mean, we've become a relationship over the course of COVID. So no one's met her. Maybe over a video chat or something. She's in the background like, Max. And
No,
I'm
I've had a
like,
couple good video chats with the group.
doesn't work for the bit. Shut up. I love you. So she's in the background just being like, I'm the girl here. And now I bring her. But actually, for the sake of this bit, you were introduced to them earlier because this doesn't really work otherwise. So this is my girlfriend that I don't really like in a fictional bit that she met my friends earlier, but she got that fat bottom girls and you just gotta pound that puss, and that's what I was into at the time. I'm not sure what I'm saying, but to make this bit work, we had to land earlier. Anyway, I'm like, guys, my girlfriend's really cool. Like, I promise you'll, and I tell her, I promise they'll like you. Unless you do what she did. And she went to the party. She vomited, shit herself, called everyone the N-word. Everyone. It was an all-white party. I don't even know who she was directing that at. And then I'm like, guys, I promise you this will never happen again. Next time.
It won't happen, period. But let's go.
Next time. She's like, sup, guys, let's party tonight. And I'm like, oh my God, guys, I'm so sorry. Jamal was there that time. Now we really got to talk about it. But never again. I swear it's an off night for her. Third night, already has shit in her pants. Just comes in the doorway, vomiting everywhere, and just like, you're all N-words. And I was like, guys, I promise, not again. So they get together and they're like, we love Max, but we can't really have him around anymore.
So what can we do about avoiding Max?
Let's think of a situation where the whole world can't hang out. So it's not on us. It's not on him. It's the world. COVID. Don't know how they came up with that so fast. They were
Major
like,
pandemic. Avoid your friends.
and you're like, what, the name isn't quite enough. And one of my other homies is like, 19! It's his favorite number. They're like, let's just tag, that makes it sound official. They released the documents. Oh, there's like, oh, that'll keep Max away. That'll keep his crazy girlfriend away. It'll be all fine. Next thing you know.
We direct a statewide order for people to stay at home.
The city proclaimed a local emergency to ensure we are best prepared and equipped to respond and protect the community.
While we closed our senior center to protect our most vulnerable, we worked with Riverside County to offer a senior meals program.
Our skate parks, the pump track, playground equipment, splash pads, sports fields are all closed.
Our hope is to keep you informed so that together as a community, we can combat this terrible disease, save lives, and prepare for a full recovery in the future.
We would like to
Welcome back, guys. I don't even know what we just fucking talked about, but I think it was fun.
Do you even have a mic?
I don't know, guys. I don't know what we just cut to right there, but I think it was kind of funny. It maybe made sense. It was all planned out, but
It actually was.
it's all planned, dude. We totally figured it out. But welcome back. We're just gonna take some more shots and keep this bus rolling.
Party bus.
Who?
All right, there's a little more for later.
We end the show on that note. So now that, I'm morbidly drunk. The other day we were driving, going to... we weren't going to anything. COVID's important. Don't talk about it. We were going to a place. And we were driving down the I-95. Is that even it? 76, 476. People act
They
like
were all things.
people act like they know
we're
what
going.
roads they're on. I don't. So for the first time in my life, I saw a hearse minivan. And you're like, how do you identify a hearse minivan? You know those little like silver S-shaped things on the side of a hearse? It's like, this is death in this car. That shit was just on the back window. It's like they just suction cupped a bitch on. And I was like, oh my God, that's hers. And we're driving next to it. And then you pull back behind it and you're like, huh? And it's got the fucking, those little, like, you a dick ass family having person. You put those.
I've had 14 children.
Yeah, so you put all those white little stick figure outlines on the back. And I'm like, this a goddamn hearse. And it's like, I guess it was like a triple-double homicide or some shit. And I don't even know what that means necessarily. A triple-double homicide, suicide at the end. Do you put a suicide? Because the dad was on the sticker still.
I think triple would mean there's 3 people that...
3 dead.
3 people that
committed
the
suicide.
I don't know.
I just thought that's like what Michael Jordan hit when he played baseball sometimes.
Do a quick Google search, but keep going.
I mean, a triple-double, I think that's a real thing in Sprots. I think sports people do that. I think Derek Jeter once did that. I think Brett Favre at some time hit a triple-double. I think like Eric Lindros maybe did that once. He was like, triple-double turkey. And he's like, is a turkey bowling? I don't even know, dude. But this was a triple-double homicide. And I was like, wow, that's real convenient that you could just get a hearse minivan. And then I thought about Uber hearse. It's like, your homeboy just died. Why are we paying none of us have insurance right now.
Honestly, there's no good
no one knows what
articles.
a triple-double is?
No.
There's no hard news about it. So
No, like there's things that have it in
someone's
the title.
done something that was triple-double.
Triple homicide, 3 kills, mass murder, 4 or more, killing spree, 5 kill in a row without dying.
Damn! And that's what you call a home run, folks.
No!
But anyway, what I was saying is, it was real convenient. It may have already been the family-owned vehicle, and they just slapped the silver S death hearse things on the side, and we're like, we'll just stack the bodies in here and get them straight to the fucking funeral. Because who's paying for that funeral? Everyone's dead. It was a triple-double homicide suicide. So my theory was Uber hearse. It's like your homie dies, your grandpa dies, whatever. Why pay for the ambulance to pick them up? Just get an Uber hearse. We'll take them straight to the graveyard.
It's honestly the same amount as like an Uber black car at this point.
Fact. Speaking on, there's this guy that lives next to us, and you're like,
oh God.
this man is a single dude. Orders an Uber XL.
I swear.
Every time he goes anywhere.
He also, respectively, walks outside every day in designer shoes with, like, when it's, like, cute. All right, it's not cute for anybody, actually, but, like, you just bought something from Gucci, so you have a Gucci bag. He is always walking outside with a designer bag.
Motherfucker stole my pot of gold, apparently.
Pot of gold?
Pot of gold.
12 proper. Or proper 12. I don't know what it's called. But he always is he's the most fabulous man I've ever seen. And
besides me,
I
of course.
swear, I don't know about all that. I swear he only orders Uber Blacks because I've never seen him. Like, I've spent plenty of time out front and he's just getting massive, like, Yukon. What's that car called? The big one.
Like a
GMC.
Chevy Yukon.
GMC. No. It's like a
an
GMC.
Escalade, Cadillac. It
Every
resembles
good car.
one of those cars.
And he's
Like,
just like,
dude, that's $50 for 3 miles.
I've never seen him get into a car that was like an Uber X. And I'm just like, damn, dude. But I think he's just
balling
stacking
now.
dough. He probably has a good job. I don't know.
But just like, why?
He wants to be bougie.
I guess we saw it. And we felt the bouginess. That's who he's doing it for us.
I try to tell you.
He's doing it for us.
No, he's doing it for himself.
Babe, when people tell me things like that, my immediate response is just like, I'm gonna fist you.
You're gonna fist me. Fist.
I don't know. Is that racial or is that black power? I don't know.
It's black power.
I feel like
but
raising
also,
a fist in the air these days is real touch and go.
Don't the girls on this are gonna be like, don't fucking fist her.
So I don't want to use fisting toward you. I think if I were to get in an altercation out on the streets of Philadelphia, we're at a bar, some bros acting up. They're like, I'm a man. And I'm like, I'm a man too. So we're going to fucking fist fight. And you enter that altercation and they'll be like, fuck you, bro. I'm going to fuck you up. And you just calmly say, Brad, I'm going to fist you. Altercation ceases immediately. You're out.
No, it doesn't.
No one's coming up against a guy.
They're gonna come back to you and
calmly,
be like, "You fucking weirdo pussy! I'm gonna fucking fight
and
you."
Then I'll be,
and you're not gonna be able to.
And then
fist
I'll
me.
be puppeteering them and be like, "My name's Rod. I knew I wanted a fisting the whole time. You know, I just didn't know what to do from there. I was like." Oh, damn, I thought I could hate this guy. Next thing you know, there's a fist up my ass.
Wait, you're like a phenomenal puppeteer.
Thank you. And that's the last thing Brad's going to say.
When was I going to find out about you?
I found out about myself early in life. I was just like, oh my God, it's really easy to talk with your mouth just as smiles. And that's what Brad's going to find out real quick. You come in with, I'm going to fist you. Like you can't believe, and they're just gonna be like, damn, he got Chris Brown dance moves and he can puppeteer. That's the guy you don't want to fuck with. Facts. I can't help you. We're almost at the end of the show.
I know, but babe. All right, I'll do it.
Just do it. So once you get done fisting a guy, sometimes you might come into the ring and be like, who got some fucking condoms, bro? He's like, does anybody have any condoms? Do you have condoms? Do I have condoms? Do you have condoms? Who's had sex with a condom on a long time?
What are the condoms?
Well, condoms. You know, that's a special sauce you might find. At a restaurant, you go up to an Applebee's, you say, you got any condoms? And they're like, sir, what are you saying? And you're like, condoms, like honey mustard, ranch, a fucking jizz catcher. Whatever you got tonight, because me and my wife are fucking after this. But I would just like some condoms. Condiments. You know, that's the kind of shit we got to figure out.
He's actually talking about like actual condiments, but it was funny.
I was yelling out the side of the Wraith. Just like, who got condoms, buddy? Dude, I'm gonna fuck tonight, bro. You got any condoms on you? Went up in the fucking CVS. I was like, you got any condoms? They're like, yeah. I was like 69. I'm like, nah. I was like, do you personally have a condom for your boy? Put him on his pecker.
I think it's more funny.
Like, you got any fettuccine? Yeah, you got any condoms, though? Dude, after I eat this fucking white sauce, my girl's gonna get some white sauce.
Get close on that. No, it's more funny because I told you
that you have no condoms. So I had to hit the streets.
I tried to be nice and I ordered most of the
They already heard
condiments
about
you
this
wanted.
on last podcast,
And
dude.
so I said you had to keep
I
track.
was like, you forgot the Trojans. You forgot the Trojans.
No.
That's how we bag up vegetables, not my
No.
dick. You need something
I
big
said
and secure.
keep track of
in
the honey
COVID
mustard.
days. You know what made my heartburn?
I'm not fighting with
My
you over
heartburn's
this.
acting up, dude. Oh,
I said keep
so
track
much
of the
acidity.
honey mustard.
There's so much acidity.
And you
do you have
didn't.
any thumbs? Do you have any thumbs, bro?
Yeah, babe, I bought
Do you have any
Tums.
I may fuck a bitch after this, though. Do you have any condoms? Heck, I let this heartburn settle, dude. Cause like Tums are number one is like Plan B, Tums, Trojans, and that's that's all I really need. And a good slice, of course, and like my mom's special sauce. Like you need that good
Does
sauce.
any of that sound healthy?
And you need some sauce, some good connies, a fucking lick or two of a Tom, and a Plan B for when Janine gets pregnant. Janina. Sometimes you get pregnant, you're like, can we fix this now? I don't want to spend $500. But heartburn's a real bitch, guys. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever think you're having a heart attack, but you might be. But sometimes you're just like, oh, that Chick-fil-A special Sammy with the sauce. It kind of fucked my day up.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Look me in the eye.
Look me in the eyes. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's not like mine.
'Twas a good episode.
It's how we do.
He an island with a slightly English accent, but some of it's a little bit Irish.
It
Am
sounds
I
more
wrong?
Australian.
Oh shit.
I don't even know. I'm just going to go Southern or fucking Italian.
Smoking on the bobby.
Babe, all right. I got to shut this shit down.
All
Thank you
right,
guys all
shut
for
it down.
watching. I hope you had a great St. Patrick's Day. I hope you're watching this with us, fucked up, blacked out in your bed. Like, am I spinning? No, you're fine. You're stable. The world is spinning, not you.
Don't listen to anything he says.
Yeah, I've been trying to find a meaning in a paper bag. In the mirror, disappearing cause I want it bad. Stargazing, faded, hanging from the ceiling fan. Okay, we'll do it then.